I'm Meg DeJarlis, owner of Floating Lotus Design, and today I'm going to share with you those must-have elements that you need to have on your wellness website. So grab a piece of paper because you're going to want to jot these down. Let's get started. First up, it's going to sound pretty obvious, but your homepage. Well, yes, every website has a homepage, but your homepage is the most critical page for your website, because this is where you're going to grab your customers or potential customers and move them along the journey that you want them to take through your offers and through your services, and lead them to where you want them to go to hopefully land that client or make a sale. So, what does this entail? On your homepage, you want to make sure that you're not overcomplicating it or putting too much information. So you want to structure it thinking about your customer and the journey you want them to take. Where do you want them to begin? Give them that snippet of information and move them on to the next piece. You want to make sure that you're not overcomplicating things by giving them too many options or too many directions to go in. So put yourself in the shoes of your customer and think, where do I want them to go? And start there. And make sure that your text, your copy, is not too verbose. So you're not writing a novella here. You're not trying to explain everything about your services or yourself on your homepage. You want to give them enough information to get them interested and want them to click the button whereas they go further to learn more and eventually make that sale. So just to recap on your homepage, clean, organized, and not too many words. Keep it simple, keep it short, and keep them moving. We'll get more into how to do that later on in the video. Next up is your About page. So, critical thing I want you to think about your About page and your website as a whole is that while your website is about you and your About page is about you, it's not about you. It's really about who you serve. Who's your ideal client? So while you want to give an explanation and introduce yourself and who you are and why you're qualified to provide the services that you do, you want to be doing this from a perspective of your ideal client. How do you serve them? How do you solve their problem that they're looking to you to help them with? So you want to make it about them as well. So don't write like a long biography or tell them your life story or list every qualification or certification you've ever received. Bring it to a place where you can speak to their problem. Give them a scenario and explain how you can help them and why certain professional certifications that you have enable you to do that, as an example. So keep it simple again, and you're going to hear me say that all the time, but keep it simple. Structure your paragraphs into short paragraphs, maybe some bullet points. Make it easy to read, but make it about them. Describe yourself while making it about them. And also, don't forget to include a photo of yourself. And you should do this throughout your website, but wherever possible, make sure you've got a few photos of you doing what you do the best. And really, it's because people want to see your face. They want to know who's behind the website. So whether you're a yoga teacher, a meditation teacher, a health coach, a massage therapist, people want to kind of feel like they're making that connection with you. So you have to have at least some pictures of yourself, and they don't have to be expensive professional photographs, but just nice pictures where people can say, I see that person, and now I'm hearing their voice through their writing, and I'm intrigued and I want to go further. So make sure you're doing that. Second thing about your About page is your About page can be a standalone page within your website where you can expand upon things. But sometimes it's also a good idea to maybe put a little snippet about you on your home page and lead your viewers to want to learn more about you by clicking through to your full-length About page. So it's not a requirement, but it's something to think about as well. If you really want to be driving people to your About page or piquing their curiosity, giving them an avenue to do that is helpful as well. All right, next up is your scheduling, your offerings, your services. You need to have a page or a section where you clearly list out what it is you are offering and what your schedule is. So whether you're teaching classes or you're booking private appointments with people, you want to be able to show them easily how to find out that information, what your schedule is, what your prices are, and how to book a service with you or to buy a service with you. You want your customers to have an easy journey through this process. You don't want to send them through multiple clicks to multiple different pages or different pieces of software. You want it to be as seamless as possible for them. So you want to make sure that your services, your prices, your schedule are clearly represented on your website, and that you enable them a place where they can just click to schedule or click to buy, and it's seamless and it's easy for them. Don't make the mistake of just sticking your schedule, whether you work at different studios or whether you're all online or within your own studio. Don't make the mistake of just leaving it out there and never keeping it updated, or just having them click through to, multiple pages that eventually you're just going to wear them out and they're not going to be interested in buying anymore. Tell them exactly what you do, exactly what you offer, how much it's going to cost, and how to book you. That's it. Don't overcomplicate it for yourself or for them, because you want to be able to keep that up to date with ease. All right. Now, I've mentioned this a little bit before, but when we want to have our customer go through the journey, they have to click on a button, right? Or click on a link within your website to take them to more detailed pages, or to book something, or whatever the case may be, or to contact you. It's very important that every single page of your website, and if you have multiple sections within your website, that you have clear calls to actions, CTAs. You want to have a clear call to action on every page. So we talked about this at the beginning. What is the journey you want your customer to take as they're moving through your website? And each piece of that journey needs to have a clear call to action so that you can tell them, book now, schedule an appointment, learn more, view our services, find out our pricing, whatever it might be. You need to make it very clear to them what you want them to do next. If you don't do that, they can get confused, they'll start poking around, or maybe they'll just leave. Remember, you don't have a lot of time to grab people's attention once they come to your website, so keep it clear, give them that call to action, and tell them what you want them to do. Okay, next up is contact page, or at least a contact link. You want to make sure that there is a clear way for a potential customer to contact you through your website. Now, how you want them to contact you, well, that's up to you. Maybe it's putting a link to a phone call or to an email address. Maybe you have a form that you want them to fill out. But it's important to at least give them an option of a way that they can get in touch with you should they have more questions or whatever the case may be. Now, how you do this, again, is going to be dependent on your personal preference, the nature of your business, and how your website is set up in general. It's not necessary that you have a full separate contact page. You can simply have a link in the footer or a button up at the top that says contact me that could generate an email or open up a form. Really, whatever you do is dependent upon what works best for you. But just make sure that somewhere on your website there's a clear way that folks can click on it to contact you in the format that you prefer. And finally, and this is extremely important, the last thing you need to make sure that your website has is a way to collect email addresses. Now, some people may disagree with me and think, I don't want to do that. I'm already getting email addresses through, them booking appointments or classes with me, and that's fine, and that may work for you. But you might lose out on some potential clients, or shall I say future clients or customers who haven't booked a service with you yet or haven't scheduled an appointment with you yet, by not getting them onto an email list that you can then communicate with on a regular basis and continue to allow them to get to know you, to nurture them, as we say. And potentially down the road, they may become a client because of that. Instead of just, well, I looked at your website, it's okay, I'm kind of interested in your stuff, but maybe not right now, and then they go off, and maybe they remember you later on down the road when they're ready, and maybe they don't. having a way to collect email addresses on your website gives you that opportunity to get that information and then to have regular contact with those potential clients. It doesn't mean that you have to do it weekly or have some elaborate sense of email, but you do need to make some effort to at least monthly, I would say. Go out there, make connections with that email list. It's a great way just to keep people up to date on your services or what's changing or any potential sales or specials you may be having, anything like that. It doesn't have to be, just some crazy newsletter with a bunch of stuff every single week that's causing a lot of extra work. Just start simple. The point is to be able to be in contact with these people, to continue to let them know who you are, what makes you special, and what you offer, and engage with them so that eventually they may convert into a client. Now, you may do this by just having a newsletter block and asking them to sign up for your email list, your newsletter, but generally it's also good practice to maybe offer a freebie. Maybe it's a quick checklist or a download or to an article or something you may have written, just giving them a little bit of something for free in exchange for giving you their email address. It's up to you what you want to do. It's your business, it's your website, but not collecting emails is a surefire way to leave potential clients on the table that you may never see again. And also, if you watch some of my previous videos, having an email list, just like having a website, that's information that you own. So don't leave that in the hands of somebody else, like another studio or a practitioner's office that you work for. Get that email list that you own of people that are interested and have expressed interest in you and your services. And keep the communication open with them. Your website, your business, you are going to grow and change over time and adjust. And you need to keep letting your potential clients and your current clients know what's going on and keep them involved, keep them feeling like they're a part of it and they're a part of your journey, and hopefully they'll be coming along with you for that journey. All right, that's it. I hope you enjoyed and found this helpful. Remember, these are just some simple little things that you can do to your current website to give it a couple of tweaks and make it that much more effective for you and for your current potential clients. And if you haven't started a website yet, there would be good things to keep in mind when you do start one. And if you liked this video, do me a favor and give me a like. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to drop them below. And as always, if you'd like to subscribe, I certainly appreciate it, and you'll get notified when the next video comes out. Finally, it's a special thing for you. I've offered in my description down below the link to my free guide, What to Know Before Starting Your First Website. It's a guide for wellness professionals where I will walk you through the 3 main things that you need to know and take into consideration before you ever start your first website. So click that link and get that a download, and good luck on your journey. Thanks again, and I'll see you again soon.